Hey, my rock star landlords and friends. This is Tevis Ferret coming to you with another Landlord's Tale. Before we begin, a quick reminder that we are the answer to your worst nightmare, that non-paying tenant that has barricaded themselves in your property, your castle. We have the legal crowbar that you need to give your property back and give you peace of mind. All right, on with the story. I was talking to a client yesterday who asked me, Tevis, what is your why? I've done a lot of things in this legal realm, though there is a story that both haunts and resonates with me that encapsulates my why. And I am pleased to share it with you, my brothers, my sisters. Here goes. I was in the eviction courtroom facing down the tenant's rights attorney before the judge, and even with my best efforts, the court was so backed up and broken that I couldn't get a date for my jury trial just to get possession of my property. So the judge asked both parties to give the clerk a little bit of time to see if she could get a courtroom for us in another courthouse somewhere in Los Angeles County. Right after me was this slight 70-year-old Asian woman, gray hair, a bit slumped over, and definitely a deer-in-the-headlights look on her face. Her demeanor on this 98-pound frame, she appeared before us, and I think she misunderstood the judge's words. When the judge said, go out in the hallway and see if you can make a deal, I think she took that literally rather than figuratively. Although I didn't talk with her, I strongly believe she interpreted that to mean the judge had just told her to go out in the hallway and agree to whatever fakakta settlement the tenant's rights attorney has put in front of her. I knew this wouldn't go well for her. I was even surprised at the depths of the poor butt whooping of this poor woman and what she was enduring. So I finished my time before the judge, and I was waiting for the clerk when she appeared with the 22-year-old, fresh-faced, right out of law school, hair too long lawyer handling these piece of crap tenants. And they had been in her house for 9 months on her dime. Yes, folks, this eviction stuff takes months and months and months. What she agreed to in the hallway was an abomination and was just plain sad. I watched this traffic accident happen right in front of me. The first thing the judge asked the frail Asian woman, so, do you agree, Ms. Yoon, to waive all past rents? Is that correct? She replied in a scared voice, yes, sir. The judge went on, you also agree that you will allow Mr. and Mrs. months, and you are not to harass them or contact them whatsoever. Mrs. Yoon sheepishly agreed to that also. The third and final nail in the coffin, the judge asked Mrs. Yoon, you further agree that the record of this eviction will be sealed, meaning if another landlord searches under Mr. and Mrs. Perez's name, they will not find your eviction. Do you agree to that? With tears in her eyes, Mrs. Yoon said, yes, sir, in a whipped dog and beaten voice. The Perez's gleefully were talking to each other, and the judge admonished them to be quiet. The judge then said, if there are no further agreements, this will be my order. The ill-fitting dad suit attorney and the Perez's walked out of the courtroom triumphant. The judge said, please see the clerk for your paperwork. Ms. Yoon, having been run over by a truck, walked over to the seated clerk of court and who handed her the writ of possession, to which she replied in a scared and sheepish voice, "What do I do with this?" The clerk, overworked, tersely responded, "Ma'am, I can't give you any legal advice. Perhaps you can go down to the second floor and look for legal aid. Maybe somebody there can help you." Mrs. Yoon then turned and stared in my direction, actually not at me exactly, where the audience sat with glassy and bewildered eyes, and began to walk out of the courtroom. I want you to know, folks, my heart broke. I was in the middle of my bare-fisted, bare-knuckled brawl in the same courthouse, so I didn't have time to come to her aid. Nor did I even consider that this would be my life's mission. Now I've made it my life's work to help you and to help Mrs. Yoon long before she gives up all of her landlord rights to the freeloading, predatory, venomous tenant who takes advantage of us, and the court that protects that predatory vermin tenant. This is my why. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and a couple other places. Please like, subscribe, comment, and also share this. And also, if you're in crisis right now, give me a call. We are the fixer to your nightmare. We're in this together. I have legal crowbars, and I've taken my legal acumen and I'm bringing it to the fore for you. We can get your property back without having to go through this ridiculosity, this eviction process. So until next time, be safe. In these crazy times, we will circle the wagons and we will take care of each other. I am Triumvirate Law. I am Squatter Lockout, and we are your sharp tip of the spear. Until we talk